I was recording and I did not press play. So we're going to try this again. So a few weeks back, I listened to a podcast. By the way, I love this podcast. The ladies on this podcast are amazing. They do amazing things. They're great examples of women of God, Black women of God. They're not American, but great examples of really walking out the life and giving good advice to women. But on this particular episode, a supporter sent in a question. And this question, long story short, is about a guy that she likes that also showed interest in her. But this man is also showing interest in the friend, the girl's friend. And the advice that these ladies gave was terrible. Y'all, the advice was not good at all. And I know that this is not good advice because I listen to men giving relationship advice. And when I say men who give relationship advice, I don't mean just any man. I don't mean just any man on social media, on YouTube, giving advice. I mean men who are men of God, who are disciplined and really walking out the life, being faithful to their wives, and really standing on Christian standards. And using discernment through the Holy Spirit to really know and discern who to listen to, who's fake, and who not to listen to. Another thing also is you can usually tell if a man is really being honest and truthful in what he's saying or the advice he's giving by how his wife looks. If his wife looks very genuinely happy, if she's glowing, and you can just see on her that he's being honest. And I know that no relationship is perfect, but y'all, you can see if a woman is really being treated right and if a relationship is healthy by how the woman looks. And also thinking back to when I was in the world or in past friendships, friends would ask me about their relationships and I would give terrible advice because I've never been in a healthy relationship. Also, I am not married. So how would I give someone good advice? 9 times out of 10, the advice was not good. And I know and understand that with the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit can speak through you and you can give good advice. But women, if you want real, raw, sound advice about men, I recommend that you ask a man or listen to the men that I've mentioned already who are disciplined, who stand on Christian values, who are really walking out the life for real. Listen to those men. Also, if you have men in your family, cousins, uncles, if you can trust your father and they are really an example of a man of God, if they're really an example of a man who stands on real Christian standards, morals, and are really walking out that life, ask them. If you can trust them and if you go in prayer and God has revealed that you can ask them questions, ask them. And as women, we do understand some things about men, but at the end of the day, we are not men. So we can't answer questions or get advice from our experiences. But when it comes to real advice about men and how men operate and how men think, sometimes your homegirl is not going to give you good or real advice. And also, sometimes the older aunties or cousins, even if they are up in age, they may not give you real advice. Some of the aunties and older cousins are still falling for game. They're still falling for what my mom would call the okie doke. They're still falling for it at 40, 50, 60 years old. So I say all of this to say, if you want the real, raw advice about men and how men operate, ask a man. But disclaimer, ladies, disclaimer, if you want the real, raw, honest, transparent advice about a man that you like, about a relationship, or something that you're wondering, if it's a man that really cares about you and will tell you the truth, it may hurt. The truth may hurt. I'm just being completely honest. The truth may be that the man does not really like you. The truth may be that the man is using you as a placeholder for the real woman that he wants. The truth may be that the man is on the down low. The truth may hurt, but it's honest and it's real and it's what you need to hear. So, ladies, if you want real advice about a man, about a relationship, or about how you think a man is thinking in the realm of love and relationships, if you use your discernment and you feel led to ask a friend or ask an older woman, ask them. But if you want real, raw, honest, and advice that's going to be most likely 99.9% true, ask a man. And also, when I say ask a man, I don't mean that you should ask your homeboy that secretly likes you or your homeboy that you kind of like. I mean to ask a man who loves you platonically, or like a family member who cares about you, for advice. Of course, a trusted source, but I just really wanted to say that because if you really want to be effective and efficient in dating, love, relationships, courtship, of course, this rain is really loud, y'all. But of course, take it up in prayer, ask the Holy Spirit. But I urge you, ask a man.